Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for episode 9 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, last week, the villain of the week was a little, as it were, but the story with the characters, the way everybody just kind of had their own little moments throughout, specifically Ward and May, we had some revelations around. Not so much, I wouldn't say any revelations about May, but just some further confirmations to the things that have happened in her past that have transpired that she carries with her. And while Ward has been a character that's been, he's had some trauma. He's mentioned some incidents with his brothers in the past with Skye when they were kind of relating to their histories and all that, but he never quite opened up about it. And then the staff kind of called just straight to the forefront those memories. And it just kind of, it made some interesting interplay within the character team dynamic. That was a lot of fun to watch and see these characters kind of push through. And it was overall a really fun episode for the characters themselves, as well as some interesting little world building tidbits as it ties itself into the MCU more deeply than we've seen with some other shows. But that was said, let's go ahead and hop into the next one. Guys, if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It will be on watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes to bring actually the entire episode. Over there, you also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so you're going to support the channel. But guys, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction, so leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if not already, because it really helps us out over here. And I want to thank the guys over at Prepper for helping edit down these highlights for YouTube. Thank you guys so much. And with that all said out of the way, let's hop into episode 9, Repairs. Here we didn't have it go into my headset. Here we go. I missed what was on that paper.
Is there a problem?
Jack Benson was a friend of mine.
Oh, I think it had to do with the headline on that paper.
He was my friend.
But Jack's wife said it was your fault. That true? Hey! I asked you a question.
Stay away from me.
What the?
You did that?
No, I swear.
Get away from me!
What in the world? There's an X-Files episode that was very similar to this. So far, I haven't... Is there something following her that is trying to protect her? Is she haunted? Roxxon! We haven't really seen ghosts or spirits or anything like that in this. Because it didn't seem like it was telekinetic. I was right. Who's in the shower, May?
We have a mission.
Yep.
Any specifics?
Goddamn, dude. Hell yeah. Go Ward. Ming-Na win is always a Ming-Na win.
I want you to pay close attention on this one, Skye. It's an opportunity to learn how to deal with someone with newfound abilities.
It's not like I've never done this before.
Even if she was manifesting powers, there should be like a feeling of connection to it. It wouldn't just happen necessarily involuntarily like that, I don't think. I've not really seen too many like that. Could be like Spider-Man's Spidey sense. It's an aura. She feels threatened and she naturally reaches out and tries to defend herself subconsciously.
4 technicians died in that blast on her watch.
It's terrible. All those families.
Oh, did she? Maybe she
friends, coworkers dead, and on top
got into a panic and force repulsed.
But the good news is, we still think we can retrieve the disaster event data from the instruments.
It does use giant
Ask the
magnets
Flash.
to fire billions of subatomic particles into their antiparticles at the speed of light to create miniature Big Bangs, so it seems like a good place to start.
Caused a whole bunch of issues over on the Flash.
This is a delicate situation. We don't know what kind of danger this woman poses, so I'll make initial contact with Agents Ward and May.
It's a delicate situation, so you're bringing along warm and fuzzy?
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Miss Hutchins, I'm Agent Coulson. We specialize in strange occurrences like the ones you've encountered.
You come to lock me up.
To talk.
Dude, an X-Files, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crossover would be nice.
Officers, get those people back.
Yep, here it goes. I mean, this is a way more extreme than that X-Files episode I mentioned, at least. What did she do? Oh, right, they think she has powers. Duh, never mind, sorry.
Calm down. We're not going to let anyone hurt you.
Ah!
Time to go.
What the hell?
We don't believe that people have telekinetic powers, do we?
Why don't you believe?
You know, that's the one drawback of graduating 3 years early. We never got to pull any freshman pranks on anyone else.
Skye never went to the academy. She's a freshman.
A wide-eyed little freshman.
And
Uh-oh.
being pranked is an integral part of becoming a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
But we're mandatory, really.
Why not give her the full S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy?
Wow. They're gonna get their jollies off pranking Skye. Honestly, by this point, there's not a person on the team that I dislike.
Fitz added magnetic shielding to the cage.
I mean, Ward started off wholly unlikable, but they've done a really great job at softening him up over the course of these episodes.
How is she?
The dendrotoxin's wearing off.
Crashing
She'll
your
be awake
plane.
soon. Our next interaction with her is crucial to gaining her trust.
So if it was anything like what I said, then like whether it be a third party or her own kind of subconscious, well, if she's unconscious or subconscious wouldn't be reacting for her like Peter's. So it's not like that extent. I would have thought there would have been a response when she got shot. So maybe it is. I mean, it is her. The log line for this episode made me think that there was something else going on.
Brought you some water.
H is a S.H.I.E.L.D. branded water.
Wherever I go, things turn bad.
Were you angry at those people?
Angry? No. I know most of them. They were angry. I understand. Frank's wife, the way she was looking at me.
He died in the accident.
Because of me, they're gone. I killed them.
I love the ones that just feel like a mystery, like where they gotta investigate and stuff. Find the weird.
Why is it she's upset?
You need a computer for that? May's in there, the woman who shot her.
Sedated her.
Things got out of hand. May sorted it out. She's the cavalry.
You spent no time at the academy.
Oh, great. Oh my God. What are they gonna do?
Her vehicle got totaled, so she rode in.
And she had an M249 in each hand.
Right. In each hand. And she rode in on a horse.
Are they? Yeah, they're making this up.
Is this real?
She eliminated the enemy threat. Single-handedly.
At least try to make it believable.
Particle accelerated data loading.
I don't know if this is a good prank unless she tries to bring it up and describes what she heard. And she's like, the fuck are you talking about? Don't.
No.
Don't.
And then go to your stupid S.H.I.E.L.D. Hogwarts or whatever. I'm gonna go
S.H.I.E.L.D. Hogwarts.
And I'm gonna do my own research on my computer.
Can you believe she bought that?
A horse. Brilliant.
You think you have the next prank?
We must carry on the tradition.
Is that really considered a prank?
You think it's me?
All these events have one thing in common.
But I'm not causing it.
But if it's not you, then what is it?
Particle accelerate blew up. One of the guys that died is a dead, invisible, telekinetic ghost that is protecting her from these people because maybe they had a thing going on. It is that X-Files episode.
He doesn't protect me anymore. That's why this is happening.
Protect you from what?
That's a season 1 or 2.
Demons, sir.
What?
I'm being haunted by demons.
I mean, possible in this world, but I don't think it's that easy.
She's blaming herself. It's guilt.
It's all of it. She's broken.
Whedon was like the crew behind the show was where they were at least along the lines. There was a lot of roots in the creative team back to the X-Files, so that works. Oh shit! I thought that was one of the team. It was out of focus. I couldn't tell, and then it like Nightcrawlered away.
Anna's a safety inspector, not just because she's detail-oriented, but because
She genuinely cares.
and someone with that much empathy being responsible for that much loss of life, she's devastated.
People believe what they need to believe to justify their actions.
Is that how you justify your shoot first policy?
Oh no. Oh.
Until we figure out what's going on with her. She stays locked up, and you stay away.
It's starting.
I thought that was glued down.
I just would have assumed that if that was the case, though, when May shot her, something would have happened. That was the first piece of evidence that dissuaded me from what I was initially thinking.
Well, if it went so well, why is she so squirrely about the name?
May's not in it for the glory. She got the job done. End of story. Now, what did I do with that knife?
Oh, no. Dude, I love this. Dude, seriously, if none of you have watched The X-Files, please watch The X-Files. I beg you.
Leave me alone.
It's very dated early on, but I promise it's worth it. He's trying to get her out.
This must be the coupling from
It's
the
on the
reports.
outside. What's that bright yellow nugget?
The technicians were right.
Oh,
Were you even
what
listening?
the fuck? What are you doing? Why would
even a wee bit scared?
More disappointed, really.
Mm.
Well, while you're in there, grab some more diazepam for Hannah. And the prank needs more work as well.
I know, I'm trying different things. It's the timing that matters, Simmons. Skye can't suspect a thing.
Oh my god, what a goof.
Filed 3 safety complaints in the past month, each one in Hannah's department.
She thought he was her friend, but he had it out for her.
Sad part is, he was right.
So what was happening? What was covering up his concerns? If he had it out for her, why would he be protecting her now? Unless somebody else was blocking that and it never got to her, or she's just a really good actress. So I mean, obviously I don't think there are ghosts in this, so, but like, was his like particles dispersed?
Suspecting victim. That's fantastic, that is.
Well,
He's metaphysical in a way, maybe?
Fitz, look at this. What are we seeing here? It's as if the explosion tore
What
open
the-
some sort of windows.
What the hell? Wait, is he Nightcrawler? Is he actually bamfing?
Hannah's telling the truth. She's not telekinetic. There's someone else on this plane.
Whoa.
What was that?
Plane's lost power. We're going down.
What in the world affected him?
Flaps 10. Lower landing gear. There's a decent-sized field up ahead, but it's gonna be rough. Vertical landing's out.
Coming in a little hot.
I got it.
This guy's plan's not that smart. Like, this could have killed them all. Like, if they didn't have this under control.
Our ear comms are usually relayed through the plane, so here's some hardware.
Did the girl do this to us, sir?
Maybe somebody was, like, blocking his complaints, and they weren't actually getting to her. They were being, like, intercepted.
This man, or whatever he is, has been tormenting Ms. Hutchins. The cage might be the one thing protecting her now. We'll inform her.
Sir,
It doesn't make sense if he's hunting her, unless he's literally, like...
she thinks she's being punished. Can I please be the one to deliver the good news?
Oh.
Madman is hunting her?
I'll head upstairs.
She's
activate the
team
emergency
empathy.
transceiver and radio
Hell
HQ.
yeah.
Ward, take a firearm.
But yeah, unless he's, like, following her just to torture her emotionally, that doesn't add up. I just don't understand the motive. I like a spooky episode, though, man. I've been rewatching The X-Files, too, and that episode I was talking about was just, like, a few ago.
I'm going to power down flight controls to conserve energy, and then go defend the cage door. This ghost comes knocking.
Did she just say ghost?
What is this?
Mayday, Mayday. Region North, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. 616. We've lost electrical
Ah!
coordinates. Requesting.
Ah!
1996.
How's this guy know what to do? How would he know to do that?
My name is Skye. We haven't met yet.
We crashed, didn't we? Are you all hurt?
No.
No, we're okay. But you need to stay in that room so that you're safe. Something bad is out here. I don't know what it is.
Aww.
God is love, the thing that holds us together. And if that's true, I don't think he would punish you for making a mistake. I think he'd forgive a mistake.
I want to believe that. I do.
I want to believe.
I'll be nearby if you need me, okay? Try not to hurt her any more than you already have, Agent May.
These stories are doing more damage because she knows. She doesn't know the whole story or let alone how it affects her.
Worlds.
You think that's what they're researching at that lab?
Trying to create another portal, yes.
Failing until a malfunction produced a burst of energy.
Was it like a portal to the dark world?
Perhaps that's how all ghosts are. It's a simple explanation.
Simple would be a relative term in this case.
Oh, good.
Plane's on uneven ground. Could just be settling.
Is he like bamfing between the dark world and here? Forgot what it was actually called, so I'm just using that term. See, he could easily be killing people right now. Yeah, dude, he's like fucking Nightcrawler, but also telekinetic? Or is he just invisible? And is he well, the car thing, unless he got in the car, was invisible and drove it, and he was throwing the cans. Maybe he's not telekinetic at all, just disappearing. He's physically disappearing then. Ah!
No wonder she keeps screaming in there. You keep sending in the cavalry, you're bound to get a reaction like that.
Don't call her that.
Why not? No normal person can shoot 100 Bahraini.
That's not how it went down.
Whatever, 20. I don't understand.
She didn't have a gun. None of us did. And it wasn't a rescue or an assault, whatever they say at the academy these days. We were the welcome wagon. And it went south. A civilian girl and a few of our guys were stuck inside a building being held by the followers of this gifted individual. So she went in, crossed off the enemy force. Didn't say how.
Did you lose anyone in there?
Herself. May used to be different. She was warm, fearless in a different way, getting in trouble, pulling pranks. Thought rules were meant to be broken. Sound familiar? But when she walked out of that building, it was like that part of her was gone.
That's why you want her on the plane. To see if that person is still in there somewhere.
Jesus, that scared me. It's a really good scene, man. I'm glad we're finally talking about this.
He's disappearing. He's passing between worlds. It seems a little less of him is returning every time he appears.
Ooh. Oh! Oh, shit! He got ninja'd this time. Batman, Nightcrawler, whatever you want to call it. He's the hunted.
We were attacked, locked in, then the guy disappeared.
Oh.
Hey, that's our story.
Is May with you guys?
She isn't with you?
Yes, let's go in here. There's not going to be a lot of sharp, rusty objects hanging around at all.
You sure this is how to do it?
Yes, I'll max the signal and the transceiver will act as a trigger.
Okay, fine. They only made 20, I think.
Oh, he didn't want to lose it. He's such a collector.
Skye said she thinks he's the worker who filed all the reports.
Another theory is...
Theories don't matter, only facts. The fact is, a bullet will take you out of whatever world you're in.
Deploy the golden retrievers, they're in here.
Oh, what? Why would... Who... Oh!
Tried to hit you with a cop car.
When we took her into custody.
Didn't do anything to May when she shot her.
Trying to protect her.
He likes her.
But protect her from what if he caused the issues? I'm sorry. If they explained that, it went over my head. What the fuck? Is he just being a nice guy about this? Aw. He's just trying to get her out of their clutches.
We believe you're trapped between two worlds. This world and...
What did you do?
Just loosen a few bolts and then you'd visit.
Oh. He sabotaged it so that he could file the complaint so that she would come down. But then wouldn't that have meant that she would have come down during the inspection?
I tried to stop them.
But you hurt more people.
I was trying to protect you from them, trying to atone for my sin. Maybe if you forgive me.
He just made a really dumb mistake.
You have to let go before my people come and make you do it. If you care about her, let her go.
So are we just he's not dead. So are we just damning him to that other plane of existence he was being pulled between? I don't know that that's the answer.
What did you say to him?
Same words you said to me in Bahrain.
So I don't understand though, if she was so detail oriented and obsessed with safety, but he filed those things, those claims, and did sabotage it, how did she not catch it? I don't understand how it went off. Anyway.
If anyone can bring her around, it's you.
Oh.
You know what makes people tick. Pun intended.
So do you. I wanted you paying close attention to the index asset evaluation and intake process, because someday you'll be really good at it.
I didn't want this episode to end, to be honest. Damn it.
You mean the English language first spoken in England?
Aglet, a plastic or metal tube covering the end of a shoelace.
She used her Britishness against us.
I didn't do it.
I don't appreciate.
Look at me.
Look, the bunks should be off limits, okay?
God, this was such a good episode. I might be a little biased because it was very, very X-Files like throughout. Oh my lord. I forget the exact description of this episode because I did read it going in. A mysterious force haunts the team. So I did have a little bit of like, I guess just that to go off of. I usually don't read these until after because I put them into the description of the videos. I don't know why I decided to read it this time of all times. But the moment she started like having this like telekinetic experience where she's being threatened and objects around her start defending her, it calls back to Shadows. The Shadows episode of X-Files season 1 that was very, very similar. It had a lot of similarities, but like the situation around it was very different. So like that's immediately where my head went to the moment I saw that haunted was used as a descriptor for this episode. And then she was seemingly uncontrollably telekinetic. So I was like, that's the mislead, especially because that's what they initially are thinking and putting out there at the get-go. Is that she is the root cause. She is doing the things. And I just didn't think that was the case. I've seen 9 seasons of The Flash, particle accelerators in science fiction do some wild stuff. I'm a little confused on his power, because is he in fact telekinetic? Because once he started appearing as a specter on their ship, he never did that again. So is he able to not only bamf and translocate, and just be pulled between realities? It seemed like it's against his will at some times, and sometimes he's able to will it back. Or is it just his sheer will to see her and help her that brings him back? Because it seems like he's being pulled to that other reality, that other world, that other plane. And they said like less of him comes back each time because he started to be a little intangible. So maybe he wasn't strong enough to manifest completely, so he was able to just interact with the objects around him. Was he intangible, or was he physically, like mentally moving the objects, like with his mind and stuff? Because with the car, it would make sense if he was invisible, got in it and drove it, and was in the convenience store, invisible, and just chucking cans, because it just didn't seem like he used that ability. Like, he never like levitated something like when he was tangible, when he was visible. He was always physically doing stuff. My best guess is that he was invisible, or at least able to affect our reality from the other side before he could manifest. Again, his methods, like, he had a crush on her. He was sweet on her. He was like, every time she visited me for the inspections was the best part of my day. So I sabotaged the particle accelerator, filed complaints about my sabotages. So did he file complaints before actually sabotaging it, just hoping she would come down and then she would find that nothing is wrong with it, and then went back up, and then he actually decided to sabotage it, but they didn't check it, and then it exploded? Good job, buddy. You fucked up. Messing with the particle accelerator is not something you want to do. Like, he wasn't the brightest, let's just say. But, like, I love the vibe of the whole episode. I think it's very fitting for Halloween, which we are currently in October at the moment. So it was a nice little vibe for the whole episode. Again, I like when we got a mystery to solve. You know, when it's an alien MacGuffin, when it's an enemy spy or something like that, it's always fine, it's fun. But I like when it's a mystery about how the MCU works, or there's an investigation. And maybe it's because I have a very strong X-Files lean, and, you know, with stuff like Buffy that, you know, these producers and stuff have worked on in the past. There's a lot of crossover in the legacy, especially with the people working on the show back to the X-Files. So I don't know how much of that is intentional, because I know that the X-Files was an inspiration for Buffy, which then obviously was a Whedon thing, which went on to, you know, inspire this and stuff. So, like, there is like a methodology to, like, the lineage here. Honestly, like, after the fact, I just had to look this up just for myself. And there was an interview that I found where the creators of the show, or the main producers of the show, did compare it to the X-Files. So hell yeah, I feel vindicated there. I was just thinking about this too, much like you have the Mulder-Scully dynamic, who you have the believer and you have the skeptic, you know? And every episode you have half the team being like, well, we do know gods and all this stuff exist, and they call it magic. They call it all these things, the fantastical elements. Could it be a telepath? Could they be telekinetic? And then you, on the flip side of it, you have our skeptics. You have Fitz and Simmons, who are always trying to, like, ground it, find the science of it. They are our Scullys. And I just, like, more parallels are creeping up into my mind, man. It's fun to see those for me. Maybe not so much for anybody that's never watched the show, but again, I try to encourage as many people as possible to check it out, because it's a pillar of modern television. I will stand by that to the end of my days. But again, like, I was very invested in this because I didn't believe that she did any of this stuff. They were very good about conveying that in the way that all the scenes were handled, because it does make you doubt the premise at hand, and it creates a nice mystery for the viewer as they're coming along. It's like, some of these bits are not adding up. You know, there are ways to explain it within the MCU and other Marvel characters that we've seen before that could kind of give us some clues as to how it could have worked if it was her, which was good, kind of a good red herring initially going into this, especially for the uninitiated. So, like, I do like that about it. It does work pretty effectively. And then I love that this episode is again, I love what it's doing with the characters, because, like, this one, unlike the last one where the villain of the week thing with the cult was whatever, but the character part of the episode was just really, really strong. This one, I really liked both bits of it. I think the machinations of the motivation and the how things started was a little shaky, and that could just be because I don't understand the order of events clear enough. But everything involving both plots in this episode I thought was really, really strong. And, you know, the core of it, each episode, as we've kind of going along, has been focusing in on a different character. Sometimes we get a couple that focus in on a character back to back. We've spent a couple of times cracking open Ward a little bit, and we got plenty of time. And there's a lot of layers we still haven't, like, trudged through, but we finally got one where we're digging into May. And I like that it starts off with this jovial kind of way that Fitz and Simmons are trying to, like, they got pranked when they were brought in and they never got to prank anybody else. So they're like, let's do it to Skye. She's new. She's a freshman. Let's mess with her. But they're so dorky that they just did it in a weird way. But honestly, like, with how crazy things have been, Skye did buy it, even though that was such a weak prank. They had planned others later, but it's just, they're so dorky that their pranks were kind of lame. It was endearing, it was cute. But the whole horse thing was a little much, but it worked. But I get their logic, the whole cavalry thing. It'll tie into why she's named that. one because she called in. She was the one that did the thing. You know, they say that we called in the cavalry and they showed up and they saved the day. You know, and that's what she had to do in that event. So that name kind of stuck at the end of the day. But rumors of the event, because she never talked about it, just ballooned. Which is crazy too, because according to Coulson, she didn't even use a weapon. She didn't use a gun, but she did it by hand somehow. Which is crazy, because that's even more intimate. That puts even more, like, at least with like a weapon of some sorts, there's something that disconnects you at least from your target in some kind of way. That distances you in some kind of way, mentally, of responsibility, while it's still there. Like, if she had to like physically or strangle someone or whatever, that's something that takes a lot more resolve, I would say. You're not at a distance. You're there. You're there. You're doing it. It's not a thing you're launching off. You're not calling in a strike remotely. You're not 50 yards away, wholly away from the chaos, the carnage. You're there and watching potentially the light leave the eyes, and especially for somebody who used to be very fun, empathetic, like a bender of the rules, much like Skye. Somebody who was warmer, as Coulson described her, somebody who carries that kind of care, to have to do something like that is damaging. And it destroyed her when she came out of that. And Coulson's words to her, what he thought was kind of a words of comfort, in a way, is just kind of, it's kind of like, I don't know. I get what he was saying, and in the moment, like he said, like it seemed like it's what she needed to hear or wanted to hear. But I don't know if those are the words that actually helped her in the moment, in the situation, and it kind of carried with her. Because I don't know that I necessarily agree with what she did, her way of resolving this issue. Because, we could have tried to save this guy. He wasn't dead. He wasn't being pulled to an afterlife. She just told him to go fuck off to hell, to this other reality forever. So he's just going to starve to death and die over there. That's just how I read it. So he's like, it's not like he was actually a specter and he needed to move on to the great beyond or anything like that. So I don't know. It's just like there's some growth, there's some healing that has to happen with May. But she started off by, still being tactical. She removed, I don't remember the girl's name, the target from the plane to draw this guy away from her team because she needs to protect her team. That is her goal, is to protect her team. And she still protected her. And she still was able to like, hey, I'm her friend, chill, relax. You like her, whatever. She was still going to do what she had to do if she had to do what she had to do, because at this point, that's just the way she accepts her reality. And it also piggybacks off of what we learned in the last episode, that she's constantly carrying this around. And I like the way that they kind of played that off. But it just shows that she's still got a lot of healing to do. But because of this team, this camaraderie, this warmth in there, and her observations of Skye's empathy when she was kind of shadowing her, comforting the prisoner, relating to her opening up, showing her warmth and her care and her empathy. Like a lot of that, I was thinking about it in the moment, but I didn't say anything. It was like Skye in this episode, and honestly throughout this season, has been very anime protagonist-y in a little bit. Like she's the one who's coming in, she's shaking up everything. She's like getting people to bend the rules. She's getting to know everybody. She's cracking everybody's shells because she's so open herself. Well, open herself. She wasn't initially, but she also had her own things to bring to light, to share with everybody. A lot of her stuff's on the table now. So now it's just the reverse. So it's a lot of fun seeing that evolution. And now she's bringing that out in May. And that it kind of cracked the shell, gave May a little sense of hope, which maybe kind of motivated her approach to why she took the guy out of there and then brought him away from the team to kind of compartmentalize and limit the threat, but also try to engage him both physically, but also emotionally, using a little bit of what Skye did and a little bit of what older May would have done in that situation to kind of save the day. But there's still work to be done. But at the end of the day, there was that surprise prank that happened in that what do you call it? That stinger at the end before the credits, where she's the one that played the prank. And then Skye went up to hang out with her because after that thing with Coulson and that opening up about what had actually happened and the person that she was, Skye sees her very differently. Because the other stuff and the way she's viewed May up until this point has been very cold, callous, and calculated, which is honestly the way she puts up this front to save herself a little bit. Now that she understands that, she's now sees May as like kind of like a fixer-upper in a way. It's like, well, I'm going to be the one to break that shell. She, again, playing into the whole protagonist thing of it. She's going to try to be there for her and help her heal. Because that's, again, Skye's empathy is something that Coulson's been attracted to, and why he brought her into the team, and why he feels like we've had issues with the whole welcome wagon project kind of thing. We've had bumped into problems, but he just knows that because of her level of empathy and ability to connect and think outside the box, think beyond the pencil pushing nature and the bureaucratic nature of S.H.I.E.L.D., that she can connect with the people that go, and maybe things would go more smoothly, and maybe things would not be as detrimental, or she have a little more success because she can just relate and connect with people really easily. And it was just really sweet. That whole exchange with Coulson and Skye was just beautifully done. I like that whole element to it. This was a really good episode. And again, this show so far in these 9 episodes has had some really good character work. Really good. There's not a person on this team I do not like. There's like such an endearing quality to every one of these characters that's so much fun to explore and see. And I can't wait to see how it grows, because we got a lot of time. We're not even halfway through this season. We got a lot of time to spend with these characters, and I can't wait to see what trajectory they all find themselves on. But that all said, I've been rambling a little bit. So guys, we'll go ahead and stop it there. What did you guys think of the episode? What are your thoughts? What was your interpretations? And please clarify any of my misunderstandings about the whole like logistics of the storyline of this episode. I'd love to hear from you guys. And again, please, no spoilers. I saw some people like trying to elaborate on May before we elaborated on May, and I just had that comment deleted. I mean, with what we got here, it seemed like it made sense still. So we'll get to things when we get to things. That all said, I hope you enjoy the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sher, Ryan Karen, Yorick Kurska, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Amy Becca, and Casey Wood. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.